Well, damn, that escalated quickly.
Get your hand out of my pocket!
I don't understand why you have a lot of these Saints fans out here upset for a video that I put out on the last episode of the State of the Saints podcast. Now, if you didn't check out last episode, you should, because it was lit, it was live, and we had a good time. But on the last episode, I said this. You know, one thing Saints fans are supposed to love about players is their loyalty. I don't understand why these Saints fans hating on this dude, because they love loyalty. This dude had a choice to go to another team. He would have got signed by somebody else. Like suspend your imagination and think that this dude couldn't find another job. Miss me with that. Argue with your mama. This man decided to stay with the team, Jerry. This man decided to stay with the New Orleans Saints, took a little bit of a pay cut in order for him to do it.
Yeah.
So anybody that's out here talking about this, man, miss me with that, man. If you are about loyalty and a guy being a Saint through and through, he proved that. This man don't look at himself as a backup. To me, Jameis Winston, since he became a Saint, when this dude showed his loyalty to the New Orleans Saints and some of the things that he was doing in the locker room, this dude could have look, think about this. Marcus Mariota, even our quarterback right now, Derek Carr, both of them boys went home when they got benched. But Jameis Winston was on the sidelines. Put some respect on this dude's name. Cheering, clapping, helping dudes up, encouraging them when the team was down. The same dude that y'all out here repping for going hard. When he got benched for Jarrett Stidham or Nate Setfield or whatever the heck he got benched for, he went home. No disrespect to you, Derek. That's what you did. Marcus Mariota, when he got benched for Desmond Ridder in Atlanta, what he did, he went home. What did Jameis Winston do? This man was on the sideline in uniform. Willing to take scrutiny.
Same thing. Yeah.
Bro, willing to take scrutiny. Straight up. And yet, y'all still sitting up here talking about this man loyalty and him as a quarterback? Man, miss me with that. Like I said, argue with your mama. Now, somebody tell me, where was the lie? Where was the lie that I told in that video? You have Saints fans that are up in arms because they cannot comprehend or understand the point that I was trying to make. See, when people feel like you're big up in a guy or big up in a woman, all of a sudden, oh, you just caping for them. Oh, you're just trying to support them. They don't deserve your support. I'm not saying that just because I'm supporting Jameis Winston and I feel like Saints fans should have a level of respect for this guy because what he did, that doesn't mean that I don't respect and honor Derek Carr as the quarterback of the New Orleans Saints. I don't understand why some people just don't understand. You can like both people. You can still have respect for both people. Just because you're not ishing on one guy and elevating another, that doesn't mean that you don't have respect for another. Anybody that's been following the State of the Saints podcast, you already know. And these are the people that I'm actually talking to. The people that actually ride with me and not just looking at a few minutes of a clip and just think that they know the whole entire story. Shouts out to people that roll with the State of the Saints podcast and not people out here that trying to big up themselves and trying to be the next Skip Baylesses of the world. You got a bunch of Twitter Skip Baylesses out there that just try to go against the grain. I mean, honestly, no matter what you say, no matter what you do, they're always going to go against the grain. If the vast majority of individuals say one thing, here they come trying to think about a theory to make themselves stand out.
The State of the Saints podcast.
If you are real about yours, you don't have to find those opportunities to come out the woodworks and come out the trees and just try to issue on everybody's ideas just because you feel like it's going to give you a spotlight. Been there, done that, try a new trick. You have one guy out here, this is real talk right here. You got one guy on social media that was talking about Jameis Winston. This guy has dedicated an entire Twitter page to hating on Jameis Winston by putting up his lowlights, by putting up his stats when he have a bad game. Do you understand how much energy you have to create a Twitter page or an X page in order for you just to go at a guy. Like, get a life, like, get a hobby, get a wife.
The State of the Saints podcast.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, right? Jameis Winston left a lot to be desired. Do I think that Jameis Winston deserves to be a starting quarterback in the league? Can he be a starting quarterback on some of the teams in the National Football League? Absolutely. But just because I feel like he can be a starter, that doesn't mean that I don't respect the Saints signing Derek Carr. I like Derek Carr. Derek Carr is a great addition to the New Orleans Saints. The offense looks spectacular out there. He knows what he's doing. It seems like the guys are responding to him. I'm a Saints fan at the end of the day. Whoever is the best quarterback, the guy who can get us to where we need to be, I'm supporting. But I'm not going to sit up here and just defecate on Jameis Winston because he's the number 2 quarterback on the Saints team, right? And I've been saying this for quite some time. Some of you just despise this man so much. You don't want him to be anywhere around your team. You're willing to take any audio, any highlight reel or low light reel that you can find to try to justify your disdain and distrust for him as your quarterback. Some of you just have a problem with Jameis Winston. It's just that simple. It was pretty obvious that Jameis Winston was injured last season. Pretty obvious. But do most of you care? Nope. Because you want to run with the narrative that the guy wasn't good enough to play, which wasn't the truth. Like, I know that you do not believe in your heart of hearts that Andy Dalton was just that much better than Jameis Winston.
Barbecue chicken alert. Barbecue chicken alert.
The man was hurt. The man was injured. The reason why he wasn't out there. And I just feel like people need to have a level of respect for the guy for actually being on the sidelines, because by him being on the sidelines, being dressed, he was subjecting himself to scrutiny, because people seeing him on the sidelines, the narrative is now, oh, he's healthy, but he's so bad that the Saints don't want to let him play. And that just wasn't the case. The man showed support. And another thing, when I said that Derek Carr went home, Marcus Mariota went home, it wasn't a knock on Derek Carr, because Derek Carr did what I said that he did. He went home. After he got benched, he went home. Now, you can take that any way that you want. It's not a knock on Derek Carr. It's not, it's not a knock about what I feel about him. I feel like he's a really good quarterback. I think that the Saints are going to be a playoff team because he's on the team. But we got to stop with this, man. We got to stop with this. You got to love one, hate the other. Like, both of these guys are quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. If something was to happen to Derek Carr, we all should be rooting for Jameis Winston to come in to be able to provide a spark and help this team get to where they want to be, which is the postseason, having a deep run, going to the Super Bowl. So regardless, if you're the biggest Jameis Winston fan that we can find here on God's green earth, or you're just a guy who just wants Derek Carr to be the savior of the New Orleans Saints, regardless, you should want both of these guys to succeed, because when both of these guys succeed, that means the team succeeds. And isn't that what we all want? That's what we all want, right? We all want this team to succeed. I know I do. But I would love to hear from you, man. What do y'all think about this? I mean, what do you feel about Jameis Winston and, his loyalty that he showed to the Saints? Do you think that Jameis Winston could be a starting quarterback on a team in the NFL? That's all I want to know. Comment down below, like and share this video. Thank you so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast, and previous episodes available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Anchor FM. Till next time, all I got to say is, who dat?